I'm Kathleen, and right now I'm going through a lot of purging and releasing of old emotions, memories, limiting beliefs. A lot of things are being released right now, and I want to share with you guys some guidance and support on your journey of also releasing. So my birthday tarot is actually symbolized by the Tower and the Chariot cards, and this really does symbolize allowing things to crumble whenever they aren't serving you, and then taking this chariot of change and just going in the direction that your heart and soul really wants to be in. And so in order to get this clarity, we do have to be able to sit with these uncomfortable feelings of feeling like things are crashing down, falling apart. We don't know where we're headed. We don't know left from right anymore. We don't know what decision to make and which road to take. So I want to apologize in advance for the sound. There's people doing construction and stuff around me, and I'm deciding to be in a complete space of surrender because it just feels right now like things are not coming together very perfectly for me, and I completely understand that it is this tower symbology that's happening right now, that everything is just crashing down. And so the first thing to remember is to be extra compassionate towards yourself and be gentle with yourself. Know that when you're in this phase, you can be extra sensitive, and so it is very good to also be aware of who you're spending your time around. For me, wearing amethyst is incredibly important. I've got amethyst rings and necklace, and amethyst is really powerful for helping to protect you against your own negative energy and also the negative energy of others. And so if you're going to be in a space, if you have to go to work or a place where there's just people around you that are very chaotic, very important to have something like amethyst to protect you and ground you. Even something like sage. You can get a sage essential oil and mix it with some coconut oil and just put it around you so that you can be smelling it. Lavender is great for that too, to just stay relaxed. And so giving yourself that extra sense of comfort, because you are very, I don't want to say fragile, but you are sensitive in this time where things are just collapsing and it can feel very confusing. So it's okay to feel that way and to be going through this, and it's actually incredibly beautiful because it's like if you were a caterpillar inside of a cocoon. Did you know that when a caterpillar is in their cocoon, they actually are completely disintegrating and they're completely being reformed and reshaped into a butterfly? And so they really are allowing themselves to collapse in that sense and be transformed, and that's what you're going through right now. If you're experiencing a rebirth or a new beginning, then that's only going to come from the old ending. So if you're in that old ending phase, know that you are soon going to be in this new beginning, and it's going to be very powerful and exciting and very enlightening for you. So allow yourself this time to crash and crumble and have your parts all be separated so that you can then be put back together in a completely different way. So just to embrace that is the first thing. Embrace this feeling of not being able to control things. So whenever we're going through a time like this, we can feel very out of control and very lost, like we don't have a clear vision of where we're headed sometimes. And whenever you're feeling that way, it can become easy to start wanting to control the things and the people around you, and that's not going to work. I had someone yesterday who got really upset at me about something, and I was just thinking this is just the energy right now. I had gotten upset at someone else too, and it's like we're all trying to project our feelings onto others and to control them so that we can be happier, but it really is about us just having that extra sensitivity and nurturing energy for ourselves, and knowing that there's nothing anyone else can do differently that's going to make you feel good. You actually have to feel good first within yourself, and then your external situation is going to shift. And so the first thing is to stop resisting the situation that you're in. So when things don't feel like they're going perfectly, stop resisting it and instead just say, I surrender. Like today, this lighting is super weird. I've got light coming in my head, and like, I don't know how I'm sitting. I basically just like decided to sit against this tree, and I was like, I surrender. There was like noise happening around me and stuff where I was just like, I just said that I was going to start doing videos every other day, and so I feel like I want to hold myself accountable to that, and when things aren't going well, I'm going to do it anyways. And this is just me and my like raw and real situation, like weird light on my head, construction noises happening, and this is me in the middle of my tower crumbling. But that is an energy that I'm very familiar with. I go through change a lot, and I feel like that's something that I'm also meant to help people go through, because change is constant, and it's the only constant in the world is change. Everything is temporary, everything is shifting. We're all at our essence, we're all these little atoms and particles and molecules, and we just like vibrate, and nothing is actually solid or tangible, and stability is all very false. Like it's all this illusion. And so just being okay with the fact that we're all very malleable and that change is constantly happening, it's going to allow you to flow through it much easier than if you were to be in a space of resistance and being like, nothing can change, it has to all stay the same, and you have to do this differently, and you have to do this differently, and this has to happen this way, and this has to happen this way, and I need to know exactly what's happening next. I need a plan, I need everything to be lined out perfectly, and then I'm going to follow it. It's like, no, that's not how the world works, and the consciousness on this planet is shifting so much that that way of living, which is how we had been living in the past, is going to completely crumble, and it's not going to work for the people who it had been working for before, because people are going to start being very much woken up to their own bullshit, and as they connect more with their own soul and their essence and their heart, they're going to see that that way of living and doing things isn't in line with that, and they're going to be very emotionally unhappy if that's how they're living. And so this is a lesson that I'm learning too, is to very much come into centered alignment. And when I'm receiving guidance, like I've been getting pretty clear guidance to do something, and I know that to a lot of the people around me it sounds crazy, but I just keep getting signs to do this, and I keep getting guidance, and because others are putting this in my head that it's crazy and you need to think about this, 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 and this, and we have to be logical about it and all this stuff, like it's actually blocking me from just allowing the universe to flow through me gracefully and to actually get to where I want to be. And so I'm talking a lot, and I know I wanted to do like a meditation or something, but I do think it's important too to share my story so that you guys understand. I don't want you to ever think that anyone has all their shit together, because absolutely no one does. Like even if you look up to someone, or you think they're like this guru, or they're this very spiritual person and they have everything in line, it's like, no, every single person is an equal balance of light and dark, and so whatever light they're showing you, they've got that equal amount of darkness, and if they aren't showing the darkness, then it's just being hidden, but it's still there. And so we can't idolize people and think that they're these incredible people. And I know we often will quote people like Gandhi and things that like we think they're these almighty beings, but they also do have a lot of darkness, and I want to be very transparent with my darkness. Like I do feel lost right now, and it's not even lost, but it's like I have this sense of what my next step is, and I have a lot of fear in taking that step. So this is where I'm at, and I want to share with you guys because I know that some of you will resonate and that this is very relatable to you too. And I can't be sitting here on a pedestal and being like, these are the steps to getting what you want, without being like, well, actually, like I'm right where you are, and let's get through this together. I think there's a lot that comes from holding space for each other and being there for each other and supporting each other. And I always appreciate hearing back from you guys of how you're feeling and support that I receive from you too. So I'm feeling ready now, and I want to shake things out, because especially when we're dealing with this energy that can feel quite chaotic and jumbled, we need to move. Our emotions get stored in our body, and whenever we're not allowing them to pass freely through us, we can like clench our jaw, we can hold on to a lot of tension, and we can just create injuries and illness within ourselves just from not allowing this energy to move. You can stand up, shake it off, dance around a bit. Like hitting on some drums really helps. I have a lot of tribal energy within me, and that like helps so much. I was actually in the forest the other day and I was like drumming on the earth and like singing these like words that were coming through, and so connecting with nature is super important. I was also like dancing around and like flailing, and I was like, I'm a leaf, like so just like seeing yourself as being this ever-changing and ever-moving being, and that's where like we are born of nature. We are like creatures on this organism of planet Earth, and so if you look at nature, it's constantly changing and evolving, and we are a piece of nature, and so we are constantly changing and evolving as well. And so allowing ourselves to have this motion, letting the wind come over us and move us, letting this fire be lit within us and raising us up, letting the water come down and move and shake us too, and letting the earth support us and allow us to grow. So really connecting with this earth, shaking out what isn't serving you. You can even visualize any thoughts and old patterns of beliefs that have been within you to actually physically come out and be absorbed by nature, because everything in nature is a closed loop cycle, which means that whenever you excrete something, it's always going to be used for the benefit and for new creation. And so you're excreting your thoughts, you're excreting everything within you, memories, ideas, beliefs, emotions that need to flow through you. It's not that they aren't serving you, because everything in life really is serving you, but it's that they need to be released in order to make space for the new that's coming in. So we're just excreting, it's just like we're pooping out our thoughts from everywhere, and you know that poop turns into manure, so we're just gonna get that all out into the earth and excrete that and allow it to be recycled into something beneficial. So move around, shake around, move your jaw. So many of us like hold on to tension in our jaws, and we're like, especially if we aren't communicating our feelings, which, let's face it, most people in our society don't, in a healthy way at least. So doing some movements with your jaws, you can put your tongue against like the palate of your mouth and go up and down. And this is like a good jaw exercise. My physiotherapist showed me that one. So anyways, just things to like move around and shake everything out. You can sigh really loud. Swallow some bugs. Just be in complete surrender to whatever's happening in your present moment. Oh my god, honestly though, laughter is the best medicine too. So if you can just do something to like feel and look as ridiculous as possible, let yourself laugh about it. So I was in the forest the other day with my friend Melinda, and I was also standing and I saw a chipmunk, and it came over to me, and I was like talking to it. I was talking to it for probably 10 minutes. I was like, hi little chipmunk, and we were having this like conversation, and it kept looking at me and coming over closer, and it got so close at one point, and then it bit my ankle and ran off, and I was like, ah! So I got bit by this chipmunk, and I don't know if you remembered my last meditation video, there was a chipmunk that came through too, and so this is like a very strong symbol right now, and chipmunks really are a symbol for playfulness. And so just letting yourself be playful with whatever's happening in your life, letting yourself laugh about things, like when everything around you seems to be crumbling and crashing down, you better picture yourself in one of those comedies where it's like everything's going wrong, but it's hilarious. Like you have to see yourself from that outside perspective of everything, like everything that could possibly go wrong is going wrong, and you have to see it in a way that's funny. It's like clearly there's something that's off right now, but this is just what's happening, and I'm gonna laugh about it, and I'm gonna play with it, and to recognize that the universe always does have your back. You're always supported, whatever you want to call it. If you want to say God, spirit, the universe, even Mama Gaia, nature, it's always here supporting and protecting us, and there's always something better coming out of whatever storm you might be going through. So if you can find laughter in that, then you're already like 1,000 times better in the sense of how you're feeling. So just getting that playful energy, allowing things to come crashing down. It's like the game Jenga. Whenever something falls apart, it's like, ah! like, I don't know, it's not like you're like, oh my god, this fell and that can't happen and everything has to be perfect. Like, no, you're playing a friggin' game. Like, that's what life is. We're just all here playing a game. So just enjoy it when your turn happens and like things aren't going the way you wish. Like, you've got another turn after this, so things can turn out for the better. So anyways, we're shaking. I've been feeling too a lot of like fairy energy around me lately, so I've got those, like, they want to play and they want to know that, they want you to know that they're here. So I want you guys to close your eyes and take a deep inhale and a deep exhale, sighing out everything that needs to be sighed out. Taking another deep inhale and a deep exhale. Another deep inhale and a deep exhale. And putting yourself in this space of surrender is the first step to really starting to feel better. So allowing whatever is coming through to come through, to pass through you, and to know that it's all okay. All these feelings and thoughts that have been, even memories that have been coming up, are coming up because they've been deeply buried and they're getting to the surface so that you can see them clearly and wash them away. This is a purification process and it's beautiful. It's like if you were cleaning your face and you're doing stuff to like suction out the dirt that was within your face, and you're just clearing it out so that it can stay fresh and well hydrated and well maintained. So that's what's happening right now with these emotions, situations, even people that might be in your life that are leaving. It's just purifying your space for the new and fresh energy that's wanting to enter, and it's right there. It's so ready to enter and it's so joyful and playful, and I'm seeing a yellow sun. It's really symbolizing the solar plexus chakra of your inner power, your self-worth, your divine intentions, and stepping into that. And so in order for that sun to come out, sometimes we have to be going through the clouds and the rain, and then as the two merge, that's when we get these beautiful rainbows. And these rainbows really show us that this rain happened in order for this beauty to come, and everything is just coming together and it's meshing, and rainbows really help us to feel supported and like there is magic in the world, and there is magic in your world. And so let yourself go through this storm, let yourself cry if you need to, like those raindrops, and know that nature is fully supporting you in your experience. I had a powerful experience in a cave in Hawaii once where I was really releasing an old relationship, and I was meditating with about 50 other people in this dark cave where we couldn't see anything, and all these emotions were bursting through me, and I started crying so heavily. Like, I was holding hands with one of the girls that was next to me because she probably felt my energy that I was like doing a lot of releasing. And as I was crying, there was people chanting around me, and it was so beautiful, but I could hear the cave walls dripping with water, and I knew in that moment I am so held and protected. And as I cry, the earth cries with me, and I am never alone. And know that no matter what you're going through, you are never alone. You're always fully guided, fully supported, and there's always a divine presence around you, holding you through everything you're doing. There's also, I don't know if it's an image or a video that I've seen, and people who are going through their darkest times will ask God, where were you then? Where are you now? And they see these footprints in the sand, and that it was always four footprints, so 2 sets of footprints all throughout their life. And then in the worst times, there was only 1 set of footprints, and that's where they were frustrated and saying, where were you when I needed you the most? And this is where the universe says, darling, I was holding you. It was my set of footprints that you saw. We are always being fully supported. You are releasing what you don't need because what's ahead is beyond what you could ever believe with these limiting beliefs that have been placed upon you. I cry because I feel so deeply what's coming. Everything that you want is coming to you. The only thing in your way right now is you. That, my dear, is why you're crumbling. And it feels like you can't pick yourself up and you're just stumbling and fumbling. It's like a baby learning how to walk. You have to fall. Let yourself be unstable so that you can then turn into your own rock. I've been receiving the message recently, you aren't who you think you are. And I truly feel that this has to do with any type of either trauma that I've been through as a child, limiting beliefs that have been instilled upon me, pain, different types of conditioning that I've experienced that I have molded myself into who I thought I needed to be based on what was happening to me externally. And this is where I feel I'm allowing all of that to wash away. All of these childhood woundings, all of these limiting beliefs, everything that's been taught to me and placed upon me and given to me that is blocking me from who I truly am. That's where I'm just shedding that, just like a snake shedding its skin fully. I'm allowing myself to fully release who I was in order to step into who I truly am and who I want to be. It is truly me. It's like also if you're an onion that's just shedding all of these layers, and who you are and who you're becoming is who is truly within you. It's this soul. It's all of your lifetimes put together. It's your essence. Everything else is false. Everything else is bullshit. That's what I help people do, is cut through their own bullshit to see who they truly are. And I'm seeing that in myself right now. So I want you to come back to your breath, taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Another deep inhale and a deep sigh to exhale. A deep inhale and a deep exhale, and surrendering to this middle space that we're in, this cocoon, allowing for the rainbow to form right now as we can start seeing the sun entering, but we still have a little bit of rain to take care of. And to understand too that this is an ever-changing, always moving process. Like the waves of the ocean, we can choose to fight them or ride them, but my darling, the ocean is powerful and you're going to get sucked away by it unless you surrender. Surrender to your journey, to the process, to the space of uncertainty that you're in, because right now is when anything is possible. It's like my favorite line from the movie Fight Club. Only when you lose everything are you able to do anything. Allow yourself to lose everything that you're holding on to that you don't need. Everything that you don't need. Allow that skin to be shed. There's so much beauty and wonder and amazement ahead. You have everything it takes within you. Just remove whatever is blocking you from seeing the true you. I love you so much. Make sure to subscribe for the next video. Give this one a thumbs up if you enjoy it. And also feel free to share it if there's anyone that you feel could benefit from it. And may you, as you surrender, be happy, healthy, and free. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Bailey says thank you too. Thanks, Bailey.